マスター、びっくりした。ならばよい。クラスは、キャスターっぽい？頑張ってサンタするから、うやまえ。良い子にはプレゼント、悪い子には稲妻だ。贈り物。楽しい。時が来た。サンタの大盤振る舞いだ。クリスマスが花開き、祝祭の始まりだ。いくぞ。フェスティバルフラワーガールプレゼント。がどうぞ。
Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Fate Grand Order Cosmos in the Lostbelt. So, I didn't expect them to shadow drop the new part so quickly, so no more interludes. Let's get going. I am very excited to check this out. There's some cool stuff in Hey. Advent calendars. Love it. Oh. Cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Give me that Saint Quartz. Delicious, delicious. So, I'm between a rock and a hard place right now, because on the one hand, you know, I want to save up for one certain character in the future, being Shiki, who is not super far away, but is on the last rate up. But at the same time, I hear Super Orion is the most busted servant ever. So, I kind of want to try and summon him. It is a low chance. And mind you, he is just another archer. But like, I think I'll give a 10 summon and 10 tickets, and that's it. I also do want to grab the new Mandricardo there, just to have him, so we'll do this, okay? We'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna click, we'll see. If I get him, hot dang, and if not, that's fine as well. Well, holy crap, that's about what we're gonna expect, huh? Oh boy. Well, we'll do 10 of these then. Alright. Primeval Curse. That's some bad luck already. Alright, let's see here. Hey, we got Mandricardo. What's up with you? Buddy? Pal? There you are.
サーバント召喚に応じ参上したっす。じゃねえよ。しました。ライダー、マンドリカルド。まあ、適当によろしくっす。
Oh, is he all like shy and stuff? We'll learn about him in the story. No idea who he is whatsoever. Alright, Robin Hood. Who else? Who else? Anthony Malma. Okay. And Atlas Institute. And boy, my luck has not been very good. It's a good thing I'm probably not on this, because, not the best luck so far. Reality Marble. Okay. And come on, baby. Okay. Double, and this is it. What do we get? What do we get? I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to let this go. Gander. Oh, Servant. Come on, give me a double-sided Archer card. It's all I want, baby. It's a... Oh, it's not. It's David. Well, my luck has been bad. That's fine. We'll save the rest of that for later. But, okay. here we are. Ancient Ocean of the Dreadnought Gods, Atlantis. I did watch the stream where they were showing off the stuff for it. However, when they showed an extended section of gameplay and story, I looked away. I only saw that one servant makes an appearance, and I already knew they were coming back because I learned about that a long time ago. So it's not a big deal. But let's get going. Main story time. Hey, good morning, Senpai. Is your formal dress all ready to go? Do you mean my mystic code? We don't call them formal dress anymore. I know it's been a long 2 weeks since we got back from the Indian Lostbelt, but today they're finally supposed to finish making modifications to the shadow border and complete construction on the new Nautilus that has the shadow border at its core. I can't wait to see what it looks like once they let us back out into the dock at 9 a.m. I remember Captain was very particular about having us, quote, wake up at the crack of dawn and remain on standby until further notice, which just makes that much more curious. Makes me much more curious. I'm testing. Everything good with this mic? Hey guys, can you hear me? Are my dulcet tones carrying clearly to your waiting ears? Tomlin Kawada, Octavia Chin, Cayenne Elron, Marcus Munier, Director Gordolf, Mash, and last but not least Tanner. Sorry, I've never heard of half these people. As the 11 staff members of Novum Caldia, your patience has been much appreciated. Oh, so we get to actually get... Okay, that's nice that we actually get names for the 11 people. Now come on down to the dock and meet our brand new ship. That's right, it's time for the launch ceremony for Captain Nemo's Nautilus. Cool. Excited to see what this ship looks like. Sorry, what? Why is there so many Nemos? Hey, thanks for coming to celebrate with us. We're so lucky we got to put the Nautilus together in a secret underground dock like this. Congratulations, guys, we deserve it. I can't wait till we can set sail. Congratulations to you too, Tanner and Mash. He can multiply? You guys are going to be there for tomorrow's test voyage too, right? Wow. The captain is the crew. Oh man, it's going to be so much fun. Wonder if we can still fire torpedoes in the Void Sea. Master, do you know why there are so many Nemos here? It's the whole series of Nemo. The Nemo series. Hey, who said you could leave your posts? You're making a mockery of the launch ceremony, damn it. Marines, line up. Look out, guys. Captain's all mad. Come on, let's all line up. That's more like it. Now, roll call. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the deck, and I want you to requisition me a new mop. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of loading the really heavy torpedoes. Will somebody trade posts with me? Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the computer room, and I'm still not sure taking notes by hand is really the best idea. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of cleaning the kitchen and bathrooms. A clean ship is a happy ship, star. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of... Oh, there's so many of them. There's so many. They're like servbots. Whoa.
That's enough, damn it. I was a bit overwhelmed with all the new information even before this parade of identical faces. What is the meaning of this, Captain? This is what you have so many damn subordinates.
That's as silly as asking a fluvial sculpin why it swims upward, Gordolf. Sorry, what is a fluvial sculpin? That sounds fun. Fluvial sculpin. What's that? Japanese fluvial sculpin. Japanese fluvial sculpin. Look at him. Adorable. Ah, you can apparently eat them. Nice. Now I know! The Marines are clones or instances of me who specialize in different operations. Having a large enough crew is an essential part of any voyage. I didn't make the Marines for you guys. I made them solely to help with the ship, and the ship is where they'll stay. You could say they're animated metaphors for my mental support structure. They're fully autonomous, possible alternate versions of me who... Thank you, Captain. I will take it from here. You have many talents, but explaining things is clearly not one of them. You see, the ability Captain is using to make these clones belongs to neither Nemo the Heroic Spirit nor to Triton the Divine Spirit. Those of us at the Atlas Institute use a technique called memory partition as part of our basic thought processes. So I gave Captain the ability to use it when I formed a contract with him. Okay, interesting. Essentially, it lets you, well, partition your brain so you can have multiple cells processing different things simultaneously. Once again, I brought up that in Fate, magic is just technology. You're essentially saying you partitioned your brain like a hard drive. And even like the circuits on the brain are just circuits on a hard drive. The overall metaphor of technology and magic being indistinguishable is so cool in Fate. In Captain's case, that resulted in him giving the ability to create multiple physical selves that all act with complete autonomy. In other words, all the work pertaining to running a ship that Captain Nemo has been doing by himself to date, or perhaps more accurately, all the work he had been wishing to do but thus unable to carry out due to a lack of personnel, is now being carried out by all these other Nemos thanks to the evolution he independently achieved. They don't all just look like Nemo, they are all Nemo. Aye, sir, though of course we all have to do whatever the captain tells us to. So there's gonna be lots and lots of Nemos working on board the Nautilus then. Well, the number of Marines will change depending on their circumstances. Also, the Marines aren't the only Nemos in my Nemo series. I'll introduce you to them properly when the time is right, but for now, there's Nemo Professor, whose job is to analyze situations, come up with plans, and conduct scientific research. Nemo Hakase. Oh my goodness. You have a unique design. Next, there's Nemo Baker. The cook will be in charge of preparing everyone's meals. All these roles are important, of course, but hers stands out in particular. Hers? Okay, so they are of different genders. Okay. And there's Nemo Engineer, who's so cantankerous, you'd never believe she was me. She'll just soon throw a wrench at you as look at you. Those, along with the Marines, are the crew I'll be taking along to run the ship. The only downside is that bringing the boarder aboard the new Nautilus means there won't be a room for a bakery, so I won't be calling Baker. No Baker? Aw, man, that's a real shame. Still, it's looking more and more like a real submarine, isn't it? When are you gonna take it out for a test drive, Captain? Oh, I'd like to do that no later than tomorrow. We'll need to cross an ocean from the Age of Gods in this next Lostbelt, so I need to make sure everything is ship-shape, figuratively speaking. However, the only ones who will be coming with me are Mash and Tanner. The rest of you will be staying here. Why? We have our reasons, Munier. Sorry, it just wasn't in the cards this time. Well, Captain, Mash, and Tanner are out there testing the Nautilus. The rest have our work cut out for us getting ready to infiltrate the Atlantic Lostbelt. Developing the ultra-long-range lens, doubling and tripling the Nautilus's defensive systems, reinforcing Tanner's mystic codes, fine-tuning Mash's Ortnax. Basically, Munier, we all have an absolute ton of things to do here. We just don't have time to spare for you to be wasting your Magecraft expertise on a submarine test drive. Damn it, of all the rotten luck. If I'd known I was gonna hold me back like this one day, I would have sold my magical crest and gotten out of the Magecraft game long ago.
That's the boldest statement I've heard in a long time. But in case you need a reminder, if you weren't a mage, you never would have been hired at Gilly in the first place. So, how about you just resign yourself to helping the technical advisor like a good little lackey, and then we take responsibility for what is sure to be a delightful Nautilus test drive.
You sure, Gordy? You do know they're going for a test dive in the Void Sea, not the Wandering Sea, right?
Yes, as I was saying, I'll let Tanner handle it. I have a lot of directory work I need to do myself. Yes, quite a lot indeed.
Then it's settled. This afternoon, I'll be holding a class to explain all the Nautilus's equipment and facilities, as well as what to do in case of an emergency. Then tomorrow, Tanner, Match, and Captain will take it out for a test dive. While they're off doing that, the rest of us will be getting things ready here at the Wandering Sea for our infiltration of the Atlantic Lostbelt. It'll probably take around 7 days to wrap everything up, so this could be your last chance to relax on standby for a while. Make sure you're all well rested so you can give your best for what's to come. Right. That goes for you too, Da Vinci. Ah, that smile. We must protect it. Well, intro 5.2. Big prologue, boys. I hear this one's long. I hear this one is a long one. Here we are. Oh, right, the biker dude. My journey's drawing to an end. It won't be long before I arrive at my destination in southern Nevada. Not that it'll change anything once I get there. I certainly won't be getting a reward for my trouble. Nor do I have a home to return to, or enough fuel to get me there even if I did. The only point this journey ever had was to get where I was going. Well, no, that may not be technically accurate, but still not quite right. Let me be clear so I don't invite any misunderstandings. When I say I don't have a home to return to, I don't mean that in the heartless, cold-blooded bastard sense. My home may be gone now, but I still remember it clearly. As long as I have those memories, I'll never feel the pain of its loss. See, since I was born, I've had the ability, for better or worse, to recall anything I've ever seen in perfect detail. It's called hyperthymesia, though it's more commonly known as a superior autobiographical memory. My friends considered it a disability and sympathized with the drawbacks, but scientists considered it a gift. It drove me insane when I was a kid. At some point, it caused me to hate cities and people in general. When I grew up, I left the city behind and started living in a much quieter life out in a village near the mountains. As a result, I've only spent about a third of my life in busy urban areas, so I'm not really overburdened with my memories of these places. Still, my memories are just as clear now as they ever were. I can see the friends I used to hang out with laughing and smiling, as if they were right here with me. Of course, that includes the beautiful scenery and the stars that used to twinkle bright across the nighttime sky. Maybe that's why I couldn't shake my doubts about why this happened the way it did. Something just seemed off. I don't mean the Earth's surface being bleached white. I mean, it feels like something even bigger has changed, but in a way I can't put my finger on it. Whatever it is, I've noticed it at different points during this journey. There was something different about the skies above Russia, Scandinavia, China, India. Whatever it was, they weren't the same skies I'd seen before. There must be some other change occurring in places I'm not privy to, or maybe some other humans besides me are struggling to fight back. Maybe they're doing their best to retake this world, this planet, this universe for humanity, even as I speak. Unfortunately, as intriguing as that possibility is, those places are much too far away for me to make a detour, and I have precious little time left as it is. I ran out of food yesterday, and my bike's not going to last much longer either. Again, once I reach my destination, my journey is over. It would be nice if who's ever causing these changes taking place around the world were stopped by the states, but there's nothing there. But I doubt anyone who's lost as hard as me and the rest of humanity have anything close to that kind of good luck left. Yeah, because I was looking at the, on the stream, they showed the map, and you look at where all the Lostbelts are, and, like, the entire United States is empty. Entirely empty. There's nothing there. There's no Lostbelts. It's just empty. So the fact that we're here is interesting, because there's nothing here as far as we're concerned. Okay. What a strange feeling. Even if this is the end for me in multiple senses, it still feels good to achieve the goal I set out for myself. Oh, he's heading for Area 51. That's in Nevada. Why did humanity die out? Why did these alien invaders show up? Why did they conquer us by bleaching the earth white? My heart is racing at the possibility of uncovering the answers to these and all the other mysteries. I've arrived at the U.S. Air Force Base known as Area 51. It's the one place, the only part of the texture on the entire planet that managed to evade the bleaching. That's interesting! Why? Are we gonna learn that Area 51 is like a part of one of the Mage Institutes? The sheer secrecy surrounding this place led to all sorts of rumors about high-tech experiments and training being conducted here, but you'd never know that looking at it now. Not only are there no survivors here, there's not so much as a single piece of cutting-edge equipment. Any seaplanes and armored tanks that may have been here before are long gone, and since there's no power, I doubt I'll be able to stock up on food and water either. On the plus side, the buildings are mostly untouched, so I shouldn't have to go sifting through rubble. Yo, rain though? I can't believe it. Rain clouds cropped up here out of nowhere. Guess that means it still rains in the last area on Earth that hasn't been bleached away. Dude, you can eat grass, dude. I pushed my excitement down to keep it from getting the better of me and began carefully making my way through the base. Like, if there's grass, dude, that's food. The rain clouds that cropped up in the skies overhead stuck around the whole time I was there. I learned several things from my expedition to the inside of the base, the part completely cut off from the outside world. I wish I could offer my own personal insights on what I found, but since I'm running low on both time and energy, I'll have to stick to just the facts. This base did in fact contain an alien life form. Oh? Whoa, what am I looking at? 2018 Subject E relocation. 2018 Subject E examination. According to the documents I found, this subject had flown to New Mexico in the year 2018. The craft it had been piloting either burned up when it entered Earth's atmosphere, or was possibly destroyed by the subject itself, according to a handwritten note, leaving the subject completely exposed upon its discovery. The injuries sustained during its emergency landing had left it critically wounded near death. But by flash freezing it, the Air Force managed to preserve its life functions, but then brought it to this base. And all the other records pertaining to the subject can be summed up in a single word: gruesome. The scientists performed all kinds of tests, experiments, and surgeries in order to keep this alien visitor alive. I'm gonna be super real right now. All I can think of when I'm, like, reading about this dude is, like, this guy. Like, we're talking about aliens, I'm just imagining this dude. That's all I can see. Like, it's probably gonna be some anime girl or something, but all I'm imagining is just this dude. Right? Because when we're talking about aliens, like, what do you expect me to think about? Especially a New Mexico alien. The scientists performed all kinds of tests, experiments, and surgeries in order to keep this alien visitor alive. They conducted clinical trials with different kinds of medicine. They tested every known substance on Earth to see how it would react. They observed reactions that corresponded to pain. They observed reactions that corresponded to joy. They gave him Nutella, essentially. To measure its endurance, they stopped supplying it with nutrients. Then they tried burning it, freezing it, melting it, attaching things to it. Oh, this sounds horrible. Why are scientists like this? They stirred its intestines around. Ooh! Cut off parts of its body. Ooh! Measured signals from the organ they thought was its brain. No, it's not bad. They performed all of this research, what could also be the very crystallization of human history on the subject while it was still living. Yeah, this would make an alien go, yeah, we gotta destroy this planet. It didn't take long for the surgical procedures meant to resuscitate the subject to morph into brutally exploitative experiments. So basically what we're learning is American scientists destroyed the world. Got it, as you would expect. And since the cells taken from the subject's samples were made up of elements that didn't exist anywhere on the planet, it wasn't hard to imagine that further research could eventually lead to military and civilian applications. Truth be told, that was where the top brass's true interests lied: making money! After all, ever since the turn of the 20th century, the energy race between nations had only continued to pick up speed. And there was now an insurmountable gap between industrialized nations and developing ones. I could tell from poring over the documents that they began with the best of intentions. Pfft. Of course, they wanted the research to result in a better life for every person on Earth, to help humanity move past its endless squabbling for wealth and forge ahead with new, loftier goals. Yeah, right? You're gonna make a brand new product for military and civilian application with absolutely altruistic intentions. Nobody will go hungry with this. Now, right. However, Area 51's researchers didn't see things the same way. With every experiment they ran, they became more and more certain that the subject was emitting a constant unknown signal. It was calling for help. So they thought if they kept running experiments on it, if they kept inflicting greater levels of pain on it, even more potential test subjects were bound to show up. Wow, you guys are horrible! Wow! Yeah! That's why this all happened. This wasn't a natural disaster, it was a man-made one. Yeah, no, now it's understandable. But is that truly the reason? I finally know why those trees came here. I just have to confirm one last thing. Was this the true cause? Was there really a Subject E at this base? I have to see it for myself. Why is it Subject E? Why not A? I have to do it before I die of malnutrition. Dude, just start eating grass. Took me several days to discover that door. E reference room, a secret area that had been built even further underneath the base's underground structure. I managed to open the door and make my way inside the sealed-off passageway. I can already tell there's something here. This is it. This is where I'll find the answers I've been seeking. There's just something different about the air in this passageway that makes that all too clear. My instruments aren't picking up anything unusual, even though this passageway itself is like something from another world, entirely removed from what we think of as reality. I know this passageway is made out of iron and steel, but it feels like I'm walking on pulsating jelly. I make my way across the simultaneously hard, soft, warm, cold floor, one careful step at a time. My body temperature is dropping like a stone. I can barely breathe. My consciousness is hanging by a thread. I can't even remember how many days it's been since I last had something to eat or drink. Soon, I won't even have enough energy left to talk into this recorder. Oh, he's been recording it, okay. But I can't stop now. I have to find the answers before I die. Answers that I'm sure lie just beyond this passage. Straight up Resident Evil door. Straight up Resident Evil door, huh? David Bluebook, that's his name, right. The only sound that escaped my lips was a quiet gasp of shock. It was the most retro room I could have imagined. If I had known better, I would have thought I was located in the middle of one of the most high-tech bases on Earth. I would have never, yeah. This room has electricity. And yet, there was atop the exam table a bizarre thing that resembled not so much as a dead tree. Aren't you the guy who shot Edgeworth on Christmas? Hey there, it's about time you showed up, Blue Book. What? What was that? What? Oh! What? Oh! Oh my god, the intrigue! Oh! Oh, that was like... That was just generally really good writing. Like, man, I love when you can just read a section and you're like, this is just good narrative fiction. Every now and then you get a part that you just get a section that you're just like, this just seems like an amazingly written piece of fiction that I love going through. Oh, that was really good. I'm incredibly curious as to... Was that just like, he didn't get a good look at the guy? Or did he actually, was he all weird? And are the trees the aliens? Huh. That's all I've got to report. Any other questions? Yeah, why'd your voice change? Sorry, this isn't like you, Pepe. Didn't you always used to tell us we should act our cheeriest when we've lost? Unless, of course, you don't consider the Indian Lostbelt disappearing a loss at all. My. I see that at least your sharp tongue has managed a full recovery, Kadok. Alrighty then, let me rephrase. Not only did I get in a fight with my Lostbelt's king, my very own servant washed his hands of me, and I had to run all the way here with my tail between my legs after calling you a sworn enemy. Saved my life. I'm clearly the best grifter. But at least the roasted bananas were super yummy. Never mind, I take it back. You're just as cheery as ever. Now shut up already, will you? Now that's our pepperoncino. Besides, it's still too soon to declare yourself a loser. Knowing you, you must have really gotten in their good graces, right? It's more to a death match than just slipping a knife between the other guy's ribs. Getting your opponents attached to you is a pro-level long-game move. So the way things are going, I bet their next destination will be their last. Am I right? Oh yes, the next one will settle things once and for all. They won't be going to your Lostbelt. I mean, now that they have a ship, they're all but certain to come here. Even though that practically guarantees their demise. Well, damn. That's real brave of them. Gotta give them props for that. Hats off to you, Caldia. We couldn't have asked for a better guy to fill in that last seat. What was his name again? Who cares? Like it makes any difference to me anyway. Point is, this next drink's for you, Master What's-His-Face. You must be feeling real good about yourself now that you strangled 4 innocent Lostbelts in their proverbial cradles. You can't be sure the Kaldians have come to the Atlantic Lostbelt yet. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up gunning for you next, Barrel. So if you got time to be making shitty, tasteless analogies, maybe you ought to spend it getting ready for them. Huh? You serious, Kadok? You really think I might be next? You feeling okay? What are you talking about? I was just saying it's possible that... Kashtaria hasn't told you? Well, hey, since all the alter egos aren't here at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them, you mind if I tell them myself, boss? No, this directly concerns the next phase of the plan, so I'll fill them in myself. Seyfert, the Tree of Emptiness in Barrel's English Lostbelt has already been felled. Oh! I secretly asked Barrel to see to it that the English Lostbelt would go away on its own accord. Ha! That's interesting for a couple reasons. It's already been felled, and you're saying the English Lostbelt doesn't exist anymore? Well, at least we don't have to go to Britain. Nope, it ought to fall apart and disappear real soon now. Did I say that? Disappear real soon? That sounded weird. And for the record, you have no idea how hard it was to pull that off. The English Lostbelt, or the British Lostbelt as they like to put it, you know, frickin' English, am I right? There's like 1,000 phantasmal beasts for every one of the few hundred humans there. You can easily find yourself in a whole different world with completely different rules if you just go a little way down the path. It's a hellish wonderland, and coming from me, a guy who was raised in the UK. Oh god, you're British, that's why I hate you so much. That's saying something. Oh no. No wonder this dude's an asshole. So it wasn't easy sweet-talking them into cutting down the tree of emptiness themselves. I'm not going to give them a British accent. I've already established his character. I'm probably cursing my name to hell and gone for tricking them right about now. Not that it's going to do him any good. Is that true? Because unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm pretty sure I can still see a wall of light up around the English Lostbelt. Yes, I've seen it too. But even so, the English Tree of Emptiness is most assuredly gone. Once the Tree of Emptiness grow tall enough to reach a stratosphere, their branches start to interfere with one another, resulting in a kind of network. And we haven't seen a single from Seifert for a few days now. I doubt it'll be long before that accursed wall of light, the world's end, follows suit and disappears as well. Alright then, next question. Why'd you get rid of the English Lostbelt like this? I thought our Lostbelts were only supposed to fight each other once their territories made contact. It just goes to show that there are exceptions to every rule, Kadok. This may be difficult for you to understand, since you have no way of knowing how deep London's, or that is to say, the Clock Tower's abyss runs. But the English Lostbelt is the only one that cannot be allowed to remain. Nothing good could ever come from it, not for us, and not for the foreign god. However, the foreign god knows nothing of this planet's history, and we have no way to explain. We can't say anything to their priestess, as her role is purely observational. Huh. Interesting. Why is that, I wonder? All that aside, Kadok and Pepperoncino, the fact remains that I should have told you this and I didn't. For that I am sorry. No point apologizing about it at this point. I still don't like it, but at least I'm in the loop now. I'm getting weird audio feedback. Yeah, I can hear it. Once this cutscene ends, I'll have to do a game reset. Seems if you play for too long, it just starts to go balls up. I don't know. Same here. Besides, I'd already figured out that Beryl was up to something. But you know, Krishtaria, all that said, does that mean your Tree of Emptiness is the only one still operating? Don't be ridiculous. Have you forgotten about David's Lostbelt? That leaves 2. I guess. Only problem with that is, I can't see anything that looks like a Tree of Emptiness anywhere around South America. So I take it that means all the branches connected to that canopy covering the sky are from the Atlantic trees, then? Good grief. I really can't get anything past you, can I, Pepe? That's correct. My Tree of Emptiness is the only one receiving the blessings of the foreign god's earth-covering canopy. What's more, my Tree of Emptiness has also grown to complete maturity. Once we confirm the English Lostbelt's disappearance, our plan will enter its final stage. This canopy hasn't only been absorbing the Earth's mana, it's been soaking up all manner of cosmic rays, the kind that the Earth's magnetic field usually deflects. We will focus the entirety of that combined energy onto a single point, thereby enabling the foreign god to descend upon this planet. From there, the changeover should be swift and all-encompassing. The old world will perish, and a new world will be established on this planet, and I will be the last human left. There he goes, talking a big game again. You sure that's all gonna go off without a hitch, Wodime? The more time you spend grandstanding like some kind of puffed-up royal, the more chances they'll show up and ruin everything. I'm well aware of that, Kadok. Chaldea has always taken keen advantage of their opponent's negligence and pride to turn their tide in their favor. Which is why I've sent all the strongest forces at my command to the Atlantic. That's also why you haven't seen Canis here. I wasn't worried or anything. Knowing you, I figured you'd have all your bases covered.
So it would seem, wouldn't it? Then we might as well just sit back and see what Krishnahari's got. In that case, I think I'll keep mooching around here, just like Kadok's been. How about you, Beryl, if you stick around in the English Lostbelt?
Oh, someone coming in? Hey, you don't gotta tell me. If I'd stuck around there, it'd just be a matter of time before they came for my head. Beryl, when did you...
My, so you'd already long since flown the coop. I should have figured you knew exactly what you were doing.
Right? But seriously, I was downright terrified out there. I was all like, I can't take this crazy island anymore. I'm getting out of here while I still can. And I jumped off a cliff into the ocean and had Canis come pick me up. Oh, and get a load of this. You guys will never believe what I went through over there. See, that Lostbelt was home to a princess who knew nothing, and I do mean nothing, about the ways of the world. So I figured I could take advantage of her in all sorts of ways if I got in her good graces, if you know what I mean. But she had her head up in fairy tale land way more than I could have ever imagined. I mean clingy. Even when she found out I was a human spy, she didn't bat a damn eye. She just snuggled right up against me, saying things like, I would follow you into the bowels of hell itself. I mean, how stupid can you get? She knew I'd ruined her whole damn nation, and she didn't even care. How am I supposed to deal with that? It's beyond ridiculous. Take it from me, Kadok. Don't go putting the moves on royalty unless you're sure you know what you're doing. Piss off. Don't you pull that big brother shit on me now. Besides, I'm never putting any moves on royalty again.
Wait, again? Did you say again, Kadok? Had some experiences with the royalty then, have we? Ooh, I can tell this is going to be the best news I've heard forever. Tell me everything. Don't spare a single juicy detail.
Forget it. There's nothing to tell. If you don't have anything useful to say, then keep your mouth shut for once. Hey now, you can't expect us not to care about something like this, right? I mean, it's not like romantic escapades are a regular thing for you. Come on, Pepperoncino, this calls for change in venue. Hell, we can even get Koi and Sky in on this.
Oh, I'm so in. Right now, I don't care what it might cost to coax some juicy secret tidbits out of Koi and Skya.
Fine, go ahead and drink yourself silly. I'm going back to my room. They're really humanizing these dudes. A lot. Now, come on, we're just having a bit of fun, Kadok. Light up for a change. So, lighten up. I still don't trust Beryl after hearing what he tried to do to Mash. How about you show me where I can find a nice place to hang around? I only just got here, but I know this Atlantis Lostbelt is supposed to be amazing.
If that's any indication, we shouldn't have to worry about Beryl for a while, though I do hope the scent of blood will eventually wash off him. Anyway, let me know if anything changes, won't I? I might not be too useful, but I'm sure there's still something I can do to help out.
So this is accelerating the plot in a way that's very surprising. Now then, perhaps it's time you considered sharing your own opinion before I make my final move, Priestess. This could be your last chance, seeing as the foreign god's disciples have even yet to realize I have my own goals in all of this. You must have seen the adjustments I made to my Tree of Emptiness, along with the way my interests align with Zeus's, even if our conclusions differ. But somehow, in spite of all that, you continue to do nothing. Very well then. I'll not waste any more time asking why you continue to insist on observing rather than acting. Nobody knows if the foreign god even truly exists. Not even the disciples have ever seen them. No, the fact is, not even they have any means of determining what the foreign god's true intentions may be. The foreign god is truly a god of emptiness. I cannot in good conscience leave mankind's fate to such a being. I will eliminate Chaldea, watch over Zeus until he passes, and establish the Tree of Emptiness as reality. So continue to stay back and observe, void shaped like a priestess. Nobody else is left. I alone shall realize the future you fail to create. Okay, so yeah, he's obviously going off the rails a bit. Definitely. Alright, I need to... Yeah, audio's like blur, 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 it's dying, so let's restart this so that we have a better chance at the audio fixing itself. Let's see here. I'm excited to see where this goes. I really am. I know a lot of people like this one a lot. This feels already, like in terms of plot, this feels like the Camelot Lost Singularity. The Camelot Singularity, where it just like suddenly everything clicks and it's like, yeah, by the way, now things are serious. So I'm excited. We're just continuing the intro. We're probably going to do the whole intro, this part. 5 days after the Nautilus test dive. I assume everything went well.
I see you're all here ahead of the operation start time. Very good. Master Tanner, servants, Mash Kirelite. As of this moment, Kaizer will assume its first battle station. I don't want to hear any whining about how we're starting the operation 2 days ahead of schedule. Captain reported the Nautilus's test dive in void space concluded safely, so I trust you're all prepared for the genuine article then?
How did the test dive go again? I can't seem to recall it very clearly either, though I do get the feeling it was quite the experience. I'm sorry about this, everyone, but Godolph is right. The situation is dire. There was a change yesterday in the branches of the Trees of Emptiness that we believe now covers the entire Earth. These branches were previously circulating magical energy between them like a network, but now they've begun funneling that energy directly towards the center of the Atlantic. Why are we getting to what seems like the final boss way too early? We don't know yet what this phenomenon signifies, but whatever it is, we can be certain that energy is being stockpiled for use in a large-scale magecraft ritual. Currently, the amount of energy we have measured is already equal to that used in Goetia's incineration of humanity. Wow, okay, that's a lot! While we're unable to observe this Lostbelt's interior, Trismegistus already declared it a disaster on a global scale. I therefore recommend that this anomaly, that this Atlantic Lostbelt's Tree of Emptiness, be dealt with as swiftly as possible. A magecraft ritual on the same scale as the incineration of humanity, then that would mean... Yep, the foreign god descending to Earth. Every data fragment we've gathered up to this point is pointing directly towards that inescapable conclusion. That being said, we still don't know what this foreign god is, whether they really are a god, or hell, whether or not they even exist in the first place. Sorry for being so useless.
There's no need to apologize for that, Da Vinci. We can't help, even if we have so little information to work with. It's not your skills that are the problem, it's the damn cryptors not giving us anything to go on. Of course, it all just seems they don't know any more about the form god than we do. But I expect the only cryptor who knows the truth is our leader, Kristian, won't I?
Not to worry. I expect that too will be made quite clear over the course of this operation. Both the English Lostbelt and the South American Lostbelt currently appear to be stagnant, with neither showing any further signs of expanding their territory. Therefore, as we have previously discussed, Kaizer will be directing all of our resources towards eliminating the Atlantic Lostbelt. And now preparations for that operation are complete. The Nautilus has been equipped with an ultra-long-range lens capable of observing outer space and a record-breaking magecraft barrier from all of human history. The Shadow Border has been overhauled to such a significant degree that it could almost be called a wholly new machine. Both the Nautilus and the Border have been outfitted with identical functionality in the unlikely event that one of them is scuttled, and Miss Kirelite's roundtable has been infused with enough magical energy to summon a number of servants on site. My only regret is that we weren't able to finish an Orthonax replacement unit before circumstances forced our hand. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll continue to work on its design myself. Mash upgrade? There should already be enough materials for the reconstruction on board the Border. So as long as you're able to discover or otherwise procure a concept powerful enough to fill in for one of its bullets, I'll be able to put the whole thing together in the time it takes you to eat lunch. Right, both my ultra-long-range sniper training and the Orthonax's transformation sequence have been cleared for action. Sorry, the Orthonax's transformation sequence! So her sniper training was foreshadowed in, it was foreshadowed in the Hawaiian event. I remember that. But sorry, sniper and transformation? This is interesting. If it needs to be deployed to give us an edge during a decisive battle, I promise I'll wield it to the best of my ability. Yeah, sorry, what's this about a transformation sequence? Now, just pretend you did not hear any of that. Besides, we don't even know if it'll be relevant here. Now then, you can't say that. I'm so excited. Oh, as the command room officer, who will be holding down the fort in your absence, I will once again like to give my usual order to those of you on the field team. The situation has changed significantly. I will not say we do not have a minute to spare, but I will say that time is definitely not on our side. What's more, it looks like this is the case, it looks like that was the case for our most key point of it. Wait, what? What is more, it looks like that was the case for most why can't I read this? What is more, it looks like that was the case for our most key point of attack as well, the Atlantic Lostbelt. Okay. They have now put us in check before we had a chance to do the same to them. This is probably going to be longer than any battle you fought to date, both in terms of number of enemies and the path you'll need to take to reach your destination.
Also because I think this is the first one that's a multi-part drop. Like, it doesn't all come out at once, I'm pretty sure.
Even a zero sail can only take you to the Lostbelt's outer edge, which in this case means there'll be more distance between you and the Tree of Emptiness than ever before. So I urge you all to handle yourselves even more cautiously and cool-headedly than you have been so far. Basically, they're saying is treat every battle with the same finesse as a final boss. In this Atlantic Lostbelt, the act of learning about its world may actually end up working against you. So I ask that you all stay strong, and that you simultaneously be proud of your own latent potential. If you ever reach a point where you decide you cannot continue with the operation, feel free to come back here immediately. Now, what am I saying? Now's not the time for pessimism. This is all my third process's fault. She's been incessantly insisting since yesterday that simply cannot work. Alright, let us all go out there and take back our Earth. Field team, go ahead and board the border, starting with Master Tanner. Once I've confirmed that all of your vitals are green, you have to untether the Nautilus from reality. From there, you'll execute a zero sail and this operation will commence in earnest. Order, Lostbelt number 5. Suborder, those who cross the Sea of Stars. Make sure you all give it everything you have, and I look forward to your safe return. It's a lot. We're going, though, huh? We're doing it. Prologue. Proper prologue. We had a prologue before the prologue. Bro. Sorry, where are we? What am I looking at? Sanson's already dead? What? It looks like this is as far as I go. I'm sorry, Dayon. Sanson! Come on, Dayon. Don't let up for a moment. And don't worry about what might happen later. This is the only chance you've got. It bounced off. I can't believe how tough his armor is. He's not even using his noble phantasm. Noble phantasm, fleur de lis. Who is that? I see a series of strikes made in tandem with a lily-based illusion. It didn't even scratch him. What a joke. Who is that? I don't even recognize their silhouette. It's over, proper human history. We've destroyed every last one of your nests. It's not over yet. This started long ago and it ended long ago. You mean them? The Olympus alter ego will deal with them. Did you think this would all be over once they arrived? There's no path forward for you. Any future you may have had is gone. You can submit to us and live or oppose us and die. Which will it be, proper human history? We'll never submit. I see. Then death it is. That effect was so much effort. That's the most brutal decapitation on a mobile game I've ever seen. We found the ley line, sir. Good. This is the last one. Once we've used it to summon a servant, causing it to go dormant, we will destroy it completely. Our enemies should have known better than to give us time to prepare. Whoa! Whoa! Now we will ensure that they have no chance whatsoever. They're literally coming in, using the ley line, summoning servants, killing the servants. That is the biggest brain. Without a catalyst, the only sort of heroic spirit that can be summoned here will be one drawn to this place by sheer coincidence. But make sure I'll stand back all the same. We may end up summoning a berserker after all. Yes, sir. Hear me now, in the name of our great demiurge. Come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales. Come forth and dedicate your life to Olympus, to this land brimming with the breath of gods. So they're summoning tons of servants for either their side or they kill them. Either way, it goes dormant. Where am I? Wait, who am I? Huh. Who got summoned? Are you my master? Ah, there's the saying. Yes, I am. From here on, you will dedicate your body, your life, and your skills to Olympus, down to your very last drop of blood. It is through this servitude that your life will have meaning. What do you mean by that? If this is beyond your comprehension, then your only task is to die. The steely man spoke quietly, but his words carried an unmistakable fury. Yes, master, my life is yours to command. The servant kneeled low, bowing their head before their new master. It was then that the man lost interest. All that mattered to him was that the servant was not an enemy. For his thoughts were already focused on the true enemy that lay before him. Caldia, the invaders who would see our world destroyed. I will never let you reach Olympus. It is here in Atlantis that you will meet your end. None of you will escape. None of you will survive. I will slaughter you where you all stand. Prepare for battle. I have no clue who that is. Meanwhile, a man and a woman watch as a certain sea craft makes its way across the ocean. Oh. Oh. Huh. Are they serious? Is that really all those fools that Caldia brought to try cross the sea? Oh, they're together. Oh, okay. They're here? Where? Oh, that must be it. Wow, what an awesome ship. Although, I guess it's a little concerning. It's a beautiful ship, but it's way too small for these waters. Though it might have been too soon for them to make their move. Wait, what? Though it might have been too soon for them to make their move. Yep. Worst case, this battle might be over before it's even begun. I just hope they haven't let their victories over those other 4 Lostbelts go to their heads. Well, that's harsh. Here I thought I sensed you were firmly on the Master of Caldia's side. Hell yes I am. I can't help but go weak in the knees for Tanner. That's why I'm only a little concerned for him and his team. Looks like they're bound to have yet another rough start. You find that a happy turn of events? Even now, I still cannot fathom how your mind works. Is it because of your love for dire predicaments? I swear, you're far more berserker than Saber. Well, of course, I'm gonna smile about this. I'm genuinely thrilled that they made it here. How about you? Did you not expect Caldia to show up here now? Well, I hadn't ruled it out. How unfortunate that this is the worst possible scenario for them. At last, I'll finally get to see them lose. Ha! Are you Solomon? Like the actual Solomon? Huh. Well, you sound happy, though you certainly don't look it. I can understand them having such a hard time in Russia. It was their first Lostbelt after all. I can accept their pathetic showing in Scandinavia, as that was a world too kind for its own good. I can turn a blind eye to their what's that word? Raucousness? What is that word? Raucous? Is that how do you say that?
Raucous.
Raucousness, yeah. Raucousness in China, for that was a world too long without any manner of festivity. And I can concede they had a right to be so self-righteous in India, for that was a clear-cut case of good and evil. No doubt it is owing to these experiences that the Caldians are likely thinking something along the lines of, the Atlantic Lostbelt may be a threat, but there still might be a way to overcome it. But they would be wrong. There's no problem here that needs to be solved. None. This Lostbelt is already perfected and is actively moving ahead to the stage beyond proper human history. The Caldians shouldn't have come here with the intention of defeating this Lostbelt, and they especially shouldn't be trying to learn more about it. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that coming to this Lostbelt with any intention other than its complete and utter annihilation is a terrible mistake. I can only hope they realize the error of their ways before they're completely wiped out. Alternatively, well, no matter. I have my own work to do. How about you? If you like, I could take you to their ship right now. Oh, no thanks. I'm good. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for them to at the enemy's main base. Did I misspeak? I thought it was clear that as the Caldians are going about this now, they're all gonna end up dead. Oh no, I understand you. I just don't agree. Sure, they might suffer a horrific defeat and end up losing everything, but there'll still be enough of them left to fight back. So, in the meantime, I'm going to do what I'm best suited for, so that I can be ready to pass the torch to them once they finally, doggedly made their way to the goal. I see. Then you can also see how this is going to end, albeit in your own way. Very well then, go ahead to Olympus. If nothing else, the Kaldians should make an excellent decoy. Right, the gods can't tear their eyes away from them. So on that note, guess this is goodbye, Kaldian. If I run into you again there, you won't. It's the last time we'll ever meet. My eyes see no further trace of you once we go our separate ways here. Well, at least that ought to keep things nice and simple then. Hey, do me a favor and tell them I'll be waiting for them up ahead, okay? Thanks. Has she mastered the art of teleporting? That fool, as if I would ever pass along such a message. That aside, never would have thought she would make the trek to Olympus via consecutive drifting. Consecutive drifting?! Whoa! She truly is her own personal ray shift device. She just continually shifts until she gets there. Unfortunately, Kaldia, the same cannot be said of the rest of you. The insurmountable iron wall that is the fleet of Olympus will rain down shots on you like a meteor shower before you can even see them coming. And even if you somehow manage to get past that, you will then need to face the nihilist god of the sea. Do you truly understand your position here, Tanner? You have no time to spare to learn about this Lostbelt. The moment you attempt to do so, or get to know its cryptor, will be the moment your journey comes to an end. Your incorrigibility has helped you prevail thus far, but you can't count on it forever. How are there so many questions? So many! The Nautilus continues to make its way across the sea, after confronting, overcoming, and emerging triumphant against the 4 Lostbelts. Its crew prepares to face the 5th and most formidable of all. How is it just pure, like, intrigue? Ancient Ocean of the Dreadnought Gods Atlantis, the day to bring down gods, Lostbelt depth, A+. Well, let's finish the prologue. Damn, you can cut the tension here with a knife. Is this finally it, Master?
Yeah. Come now, what's with the long faces? Given how obviously weak and pathetic the 6 or 7 Lostbelts appear to be, this is taking out to be our decisive battle.
That's exactly it, Chubbs. Come on, this tension's been making your sphincter tighten up just as much as ours, right?
That right there shows just how little you actually know about my sphincter. Sorry, I mean about the world of magecraft kidney pie. I'll have you know that the tension I'm experiencing right now is nothing like all of yours. No, I am genuinely freaking out here, and I'll thank you not to let me in with your everyday, ordinary nerves. As far as mages go, Kadok's Lupus was the bottom of the barrel. Every aspect of the boy, from his skill to his lineage to his resolve, was truly, genuinely substandard. Ophelia Pharmacolone's mystic eyes may have been menacing, but she was still a girl with no killer instinct. Akuta Hinako, well, her very existence may have been cheating the system, but she was never actually a mage. I'd put her in the same category as any other extremely dangerous wild animal. As for Pepperoncino, but on second thought, he's so slippery I don't even know how I would go about evaluating him, so to say he's an exception to the rule. My point is, Kushtara is on an entirely different level than the other cryptors. There is simply no comparison.
Oh, does that mean you've met him before, perhaps at the Mages Association?
Well, please, well, technically I suppose we do both come from equally distinguished families, but never mind that. Listen, the clock tower is where true geniuses come together. There, even mages with talents well beyond average are considered to be strictly ordinary. As such, simply being able to stand out there marks you as someone capable of changing the very world. Krishtaria Wodime has been acclaimed as one of the brightest stars by the elite aristocrats of the
Bartholomew faction. Is that like that's not like our Meloy, right? But that, okay.
as well as the Democrats, the Trambellio faction, and even the staunch neutralists of the Melustia faction alike.
So I definitely remember I remember this name from El Malloy. I don't know about that one, though.
Despite their differences, they all equally high hopes that he'll be the one to rebuild the world's deteriorating foundation of magecraft. They even thought he might have gone on to found a 13th department at the study at the clock tower if he had decided to join Caldia.
Really? I had no idea Kushtari was so highly regarded in London. And yet you never met him yourself, huh, Gordy?
But of course not. I was cautious about who I reached out to there, after all. Kristaria received no end of support from all the other successors to nobility, young men who were obliged to carry on their family names. You see, anyone from a mage family, no matter how prestigious, would never dare to disobey their father. And for them, their fathers, some of whom are genuine monsters who have been alive for hundreds of years, are the most terrifying beings of existence. And yet, even in the face of those wicked old foxes from the previous eras of magecraft, Kristaria was never afraid to speak his mind openly. My guess that his confidence stemmed from the sheer superiority of the magical circuits he had, circuits that had helped him go his entire life without ever losing to anyone. He always carried himself as though he were a king, though he had been chosen by the gods. He was both so confident and idealistic, yet distinctly humane despite being cool-headed and ruthless. He set top records at all sorts of fields in the clock tower, many of which remain unbroken to this day. I still remember feeling keenly aware of how talent and charisma are something you're either born with, or you aren't while peering over at him from behind a convenient pillar.
Oh yeah, I could see Tubbo doing that, but he was tearing at a handkerchief and glaring at him. The director is right. Kristaria was a bona fide genius who excelled at absolutely everything. It's true, my grown-up self has memories along those lines too. And they're telling me that, while I was definitely an unparalleled genius in every human endeavor under the sun, Kristaria was an indomitable genius when it came to magecraft. But I thought David was the genius? Oh, sure, he is too, just a different sort. Again, these memories belong to my previous self who interacted with teammates, so I can't fully vouch for them. But I'd say that David's the type who could make the impossible possible, while Kristari's the type who could master anything we know can be done. So while it's not like one type is necessarily better than the other when it comes to being a leader, I'd have to say being able to put together a foolproof plan like Kristaria was the way to go. Nonetheless, the fact remains that they are both peerless geniuses. I can't say I relish the thought of opposing either one of them. You could say that again. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll underestimate us and let their guard down? I don't think we can count on that. Kristaria always gave his full effort, gave everything his full effort, even combat simulations. I remember when it seemed to me like he had a real aversion, a hatred almost, to settling for anything less than what he wanted. A genius who refuses to take the easy way out. Perhaps this means he was actually just a hard worker. No, I wouldn't say that. According to Caldia's records, Kristaria lived a perfectly ordinary life during his time there. If anything, Kadok worked way harder than he did. He spent dozens of hours training for every one of Kristaria's. Oh. Anyway, that's pretty much all we have to go on, so I think that's enough Kristaria speculation. We may not know exactly what we're up against, but whatever they throw at us, we'll be ready. We've used every last bit of the magical energy resources we've accumulated to get to this point. Now, thanks to the Nautilus acting as the Shadow Border's outer layer, crossing the ocean is a proverbial walk in the park. Not that this even comes close to what the Nautilus can really do. I understand your disappointment, but I'm afraid the Shadow Border's safety is of paramount importance.
Quite so. With these manifold-bounded field spells, the new engine that lets us use magical energy to propel ourselves through water at high speeds, and the Aeronax Phantasm serving as our naval ram, we should be able to cross the border across bodies of magma if we are so inclined.
Of course, the Nautilus and I have seen it all and can handle anything, but I would like to avoid damaging the ship if I can. Hello, this is Sion. I'm reading you loud and clear. I made sure you all have as much food and drink as the border can possibly carry. This is, without exaggeration, the best we are able to do at this point. If we all fail with this going for us, I will never be able to look you in the eyes again. Oh, not to worry. If we do fail here, at least we won't have to concern ourselves with next year's budget. The smart thing to do now is to use everything we've got and let the rest sort itself out later.
I do hope we can find a ley line and summon some more servants soon. As things stand now, we don't have nearly enough in the way of fighting forces.
Come now, Grodolf. You know why that is just as well as any of us. Given the battles we've fought in the other Lostbelts thus far, summoning servants on site gives us much better odds. Besides, Master Tanner can only form temporary contract with so many servants. I'm afraid you'll have to keep a stiff upper lip as best as you can for now. Okay, we're about to reach a storm wall. It might have been impenetrable for the Shadow Border prior to its upgrade, but now, things are different. Activating imaginary Aeronax Phantasm. Lostbelt phenomenon identified. Naval ram assimilation successful. Untether from reality. Void space dive penetration mode. Zero sail unfurl. Alright, that looks about the same as always. Just slightly different camera angle. Oh ho. Oh, this is their ship. Sir, the lookout just reported a faint ripple at eastern floor of the White Wall. Of course, it could just be an underwater earthquake. Sorry, are we playing Final Fantasy XIV? Who's this Garlean? I don't play 14. I just know enough from a little bit of social media. But this dude is straight up a not Tetsuya Nomura, but the guy who does designs. This dude looks like a judge? What? This is sick? Holy crap! Who are you? Why do you look so cool? Do you really think we would be seeing an oceanic earthquake now? No, it's almost certainly Caldia. They may be arriving a little later than a little later? Really? We went 2 days earlier. But the plan otherwise remains the same. Assume they have succeeded at diving through Eastern 4 and train your sights on their most likely emergence point. All hands on ships to the battle positions. And hurry with the Lamia deployment. Yes, sir. Listen up. Do not treat these foes as you would typical rogue servants. Servants who have formed a contract with a master are stronger than you think. Do not for a moment think yourselves above them. Let down your guard and you will find yourselves the hunted rather than the hunters. Yes, sir. Very well then, I'll leave this in your hands. Understood. The Echidna production is coming along extremely well. Oh, you're someone working on the second Sonic movie. I'm joking. I know Echidna is the mother of monsters in Greek mythology. Very weird they use the same name. Whoa, mommy! Those are some gams! Those are some gams! Dang! Holy crap! That's the hottest monster thing I've ever seen! Is it possible to manufacture those things? I don't care about the slime. Yes, well, at least the prototypes. Damn engineers, after all this time you still haven't been able to complete them? Well, no matter, send them in. Yes, sir. Activate the Echidna. It's my favorite Ken Penders character. Right away, sir. Is she big? A creature that spits out monsters in spite of the tremendous pain it causes. It is indeed the mother of life. This should have all manner of applications. Come on, move it. Go, go, go. Hoist the beam sails. Head for the target coordinates. Full speed ahead. The third fleet has arrived at the target coordinates. Lamias are now ready to deploy. Your orders, sir. Take them out. Sorry. I know she's a gross slime monster, but like, dang. Holy crap. Well, here we are. In Chrono Cross, I guess. Wow, yep, that's reaching out to the sky. Alright, guys. Yeah, this is going to clear up. This is definitely going to clear up. Sounds good. We will see you next time for some more Let's Play Fate Grand Order as we head on through the Atlantic Lostbelt. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see where this goes. So I will see you next time, guys, for some more. Ciao.